Welcome to a new round, and my handicap's down 0.3 since I last posted. The opening tee shot at the ridge is fairly straightforward. There's just that bunker on the left that you need to miss, and from there you either go at the par 5 green, which is all water carry, or you miss it right. This is a bit further right than I wanted, but if you're going to stay away from the pond, you might as well do it properly. The wedge into the green was from a nice distance, but I caught it a little bit thin, and then left myself this downhill putt, which I wasn't expecting to be so fast off that slope. It's run past about 6 or 7 feet and left me a right to lefter, which I've missed, and to be honest, that's a terrible start. Bogey on a par 5 with a 3 putt. The pin on the par 3 seconds tucked behind the bunker, so I was just trying to move this 7-iron a little bit left to right and leaked it a bit too much. It's finished between 2 bunkers and I've used my 54 degree. I was pleased with this chip off the downslope. It's finished fairly close. The putt, it was a good putt, but it's hit the pin, as you can see, and bounced back out again. We're not allowed to remove the pins at the moment, and so that was unfortunately a bogey start. Really just want to hit some good shots right now and get the round going. Driver finds the fairway, and from there the wedge goes at the pin. The pin's just on the top of a slope and my ball's rolled back down it, but it has left me a fairly comfortable 2 putt, which gets me a par and the round underway. All the trouble off the 4th here is right, so I feel like you can go as far left as you want and everything's going to drift back to the right anyway. Hit a good tee shot and then it's hit the downslope and left me a 54 degree from 100 yards into the green. Good wedge straight at the pin, and that's finished underneath the hole, leaving me a birdie putt. This one just slips out, but it's nice to have a look at birdie after the bogey start. The 5th has a pond all the way up the right, so it's a risk-reward type of shot. Playing into the wind, I decided to go more up the fairway and just try and sneak it round the pond a little bit left to right. That's left me this nice gap wedge into the green, and because there's such a strong wind left to right, I feel like I can go left and let it drift in, which leaves me this birdie putt and the first shot back from that 2-over start. The 6th is a long downhill par 3, into the wind, pin on a ridge, not easy, so I'm trying to flight a 5-iron in here, which has gone right. From there, I'm really pleased with this chip. It's just carried onto the green, nipped just enough and stopped about 5 feet past. Been able to make the putt, and this really keeps the round going. Uphill par 4. There's not a lot of trouble off this tee, so you just really got to get it out there as far as you can because the whole play is quite long. Hit a good drive, leaving me another 7-iron up the hill. This one I've hit good. It's a little bit of a blind green, but I've picked a line and got it onto the green. From there, I wanted to give the birdie a good go. It's just sneaked past on the side, but a solid putt coming back for par. There's a good par on that hole. The 8th is then into the wind. Difficult tee shot, but I've hit it left to right and found the fairway. You can tell with the distance that it was windy. 4-iron just really trying to punch into the next green, and it's gone out to the right, which has left me a difficult chip. Bare lie, 25 yards to carry the bunker, not a lot of green. Because it's into the wind, that's working in my favour. I know it'll hold up a bit, and that's possibly one of my shots of the day. Finishing quite close to the pin, this is a really good par. This really keeps the round going. The 9th is a par 5 that you want to have a go at, especially after the start to this round and the fact that I've been 1 over par so far. Hit a good tee shot. I knew I couldn't make the green from there with my second, so really it was about putting it as far right as I could on the fairway to have a look at the pin. I left a really nice distance into the green, which I should have put close, but I've just misjudged the swirling wind and hit this one to the back of the green. And once it's there, I know this is more about trying to get a 2 putt. The first putt was good for pace, so it's just finished down close to the hole, and I've been able to make that for par. To finish with the front 9 1 over after a rough start, I'm pleased with that. There's a shortish par 4 playing downwind. The drive's come out a little bit low, but that's perfect on this hole because it's just got a big bounce and run out to 295, leaving me a short wedge in. There's a big slope right to left here, so you really have to get your shot into the green out right, and then it's run straight across the hole. It would have gone close, but it's left me an uphill for birdie, which has gone in, and I've got back to level. This tee shot for me just feels like a punch. Doesn't look much different to the other swings, that's just how it feels, and really it's getting me position in the fairway. From there, it's a wedge that casts to carry the small water at the front, and then gets down there quite close to the pin. It was a good putt that had another look at birdie, just slip by, and from there I can make the par and move on. I've been hitting everything left to right, so I'm not so worried about all the trouble up the left hand side. The drive's just gone too much though in the air, and it's found the bunker. From there you're 50 yards out from the pin, which isn't a particularly good distance. Quite compact sand, so I was able to nip it in there and get it onto the green. And another one that's gone close for birdie, but managed to make the par, which is good considering I don't feel like I'm playing my best. The left to right tee shots continue, and this puts me in a bit of trouble outright. Some days you just have to play with what you've got though. So from there, I can't really see the green, and I'm trying to hit it a little bit left to right. I think it's more of a double crossover though, so I've pulled it up the left hand side, which is into a bad position. This one, off a bad lie, over a bunker, not much green to work with. I'm calling the shot of the day. It's gone really close to going in. From there I can get out of here with a par, and it's these ones are sometimes better than the birdies for just keeping you going. Always seems like groups call you through on difficult shots, and this is an uphill par 3. The trouble's all short, so if anything I think you're always better off going long because you're unlikely to flush it every time. This time I did go over the back, which does leave the difficult chip back down, which was slower than I thought it would be. And then the left to right downhill putt just slipped by. It's not the sort of shot you want to leave yourself, and that meant a bogey and going back to 1 over for the round. As I said, just trying to play with what I've got today, and I know this is going to go left to right, so I aim it up the left and get it into play. It's a long par 5 from there into the wind, so I decide to hit driver off the deck, as much as anything just to keep it low and see whether I can get it running. It does run out really well. Most of that would have been chasing up there, which leaves me another 54 degree into the green. Played this one well and managed to get it down there close to the pin, just past it, which is a good putt coming back, and bounce back from the bogey on the last birdie and back to level par. The 16th isn't too hard of a tee shot, but again, left to right leaves me just wide of the bunker. This is a lot more into wind than it looks, so I'm trying to punch a soft 8 to keep it low, but off the upslope it has ballooned, and I've left myself at the front of the green, which is probably about 60 foot from the pin. So on paper a birdie putt, reality not so much, and from there I'm really happy to get it this close. It's hard to judge those sort of paces. This makes the par, and it feels like what could be a difficult hole I get away with. I normally like this par 3, but I've not felt comfortable on this back 9 in the swirling wind. Playing this up the left, the wind catches it and brings it back onto the green. This one for birdie is actually gone really close, which would have been a shock if I'd got this round under par, but it's finished just behind the hole and I've been able to get away with a par moving on to the last. At this point, I feel like when I was in my 20s, I would have probably had a round about 5 or 6 over par. But this today, I've just been keeping it in play. That's downwind, and so it's gone a long way with a big bounce. Again, trying to think if I can have a go for the green, but I've pushed it out to the right. This isn't a good miss. From there, all the trouble's short. So from anything, you just want to hit it long, which I have done onto the back of the green. The putt coming down is quick, so really that was about lagging it down. I'm really happy if I can get off here with a par and finish level for the day, which I've managed to do, not playing my best golf. So that's one of those rounds that you just happily walk away from. 72 level par. Looking back, hit a lot of fairways and greens, more than I thought I would have done, but that was because it was a bit of a wide open course. Enjoyed the day, good to get that score.